Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. Our AI narration lets you delve into the wisdom of timeless books, extracting those golden nuggets of insight. What if the key to taking down like a whole empire wasn't just, brute force, but like understanding your enemy through their art?
Yeah.
Kind of a wild thought, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today.
Right.
With Timothy Zahn's Dark Force Rising, the second book,
Yeah.
in the Heir to the Empire trilogy.
Yep.
We're going to be taking excerpts that focus on Grand Admiral Thrawn,
Yes.
who's like this strategic mastermind who gives even like Darth Vader a run for his money.
Absolutely. It's it's fascinating because it challenges, I think, the common assumption that military might is the only path to victory. Thrawn's obsession with art isn't just like a quirk.
Right.
It's his secret weapon.
Oh, wow.
He believes that art reveals the soul of a species, their strengths, weaknesses, and even how they'll react in battle.
So instead of just like, going in guns blazing through the galaxy, he's like studying brushstrokes and sculptures.
Exactly. Remember how he captured that interdictor in the first book? An interdictor, for those who might not be familiar, is a warship that can prevent ships from jumping into hyperspace.
Right.
Pretty crucial asset in a galaxy-spanning war.
Yeah, for sure.
He used a tactic called a defensive honeycomb to trap the interdictor.
Huh, interesting.
Very complex maneuver that kind of showed off his strategic brilliance.
Wow.
He even sent coded messages disguised as attack orders.
Oh, wow.
Timed perfectly to mask his real intentions.
That's some like next level strategy.
Yeah.
It's like he's playing 4D chess while everyone else is still trying to figure out checkers.
Precisely. And this approach extends beyond just military tactics.
Okay.
We see it in his fascination with the culture and history of his enemies.
Right.
So this deep understanding allows him to anticipate their moves, exploit their weaknesses, and outmaneuver them at every turn.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And amidst all this strategic maneuvering, we get introduced to Mara Jade.
Yes.
This former emperor's hand-turned smuggler. Talk about a career change.
Right. Mara's such a fascinating character because she embodies this conflict between the old empire and the emerging new republic. She's no longer loyal to the emperor, but her past, particularly her mission to kill Luke Skywalker, continues to haunt her.
So she's kind of like this force-wielding wild card caught between her past and this uncertain future?
Exactly. And Zahn masterfully weaves her internal struggles with her actions in the present.
Okay.
So we see her helping the smuggler Talon Card avoid Imperial traps, but her lucky hunches hint at something more.
Oh, interesting.
A connection to the Force that she's only beginning to understand. Yeah.
And then Zahn throws us this curveball.
Yes.
With a flashback to the Clone Wars era.
Right.
Seems totally unrelated at first.
Yeah.
Jedi Master Bolchetok and Padawan Scout Shrine on a mission to secure a communications facility in Mercana City.
Right.
But Zahn is like a master at connecting these seemingly disparate threads.
Absolutely. This flashback isn't just a history lesson.
Okay.
It's subtly foreshadowing elements of Thrawn's grand strategy.
Oh, wow.
The tactics and technology used in this mission, particularly the mention of droid buster weapons, will have a surprising relevance later on. Yeah.
It's like watching one of those Mindful Moments channels on YouTube where they analyze historical battles using AI and finding these connections that nobody else noticed.
Right.
I bet Thrawn would be subscribed to that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thrawn's a student of history, culture, and art.
Right.
And that breadth of knowledge is what makes him so dangerous. He's constantly seeking new insights, drawing connections others miss.
Yeah. And speaking of dangers, we had the introduction of Joruus C'baoth.
Oh, yes.
This long-lost Jedi master.
Right.
Powerful, sure, but also isolated.
Yeah.
A bit unstable and fixated on molding Luke Skywalker into his vision of a Jedi.
Yes. C'baoth's arrival raises these questions about the nature of power and mentorship.
That's a good point.
Is he a genuine guide for Luke?
Right.
Or is there something more sinister at play?
Yeah.
And his interest in Leia's unborn twins?
Yeah. That definitely sets off some alarm bells.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we've got this powerful Jedi Master with a questionable agenda.
Yeah.
This force-wielding smuggler grappling with her past. And a strategic genius who uses art to predict his enemy's moves.
Right.
Sounds like the galaxy's about to get a whole lot more complicated.
It's a powder keg waiting to explode.
Sure.
And amidst all of this, the political landscape is shifting as well.
Oh, okay.
We see the Bothans engaging in their usual political maneuvering.
Right.
Lando and Han getting into all sorts of scrapes, and Leia trying to hold the fragile New Republic together.
Yeah, so it's like Zahn created this intricate web of characters and storylines.
Yes.
Each one pulling at the threads of the galaxy's fate.
Absolutely.
And just when you think you have a handle on things, something happens that throws everything into chaos. Exactly. And one of those curveballs comes in the form of the Katana Fleet.
Right.
12 powerful Dreadnought-class warships.
Right.
Lost for years.
Right.
And now rediscovered. Oh. This could be a game changer for the New Republic.
Yeah.
But as we'll see, the discovery comes with its own set of risks and moral compromises.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about C'baoth.
Yeah.
This Noghri commando bound to Leia by a life debt.
Right.
Things get even more complicated when Leia discovers the truth about their homeworld honor.
Yes.
And the Empire's long-standing manipulation of the Noghri people.
This revelation adds another layer of tragedy to the story.
Oh, wow.
It highlights the far-reaching consequences of war.
Yeah.
And the insidious ways in which empires can exploit and manipulate entire cultures for their own gain.
It's a reminder that even in victory, there are often unseen casualties, and that the fight for freedom can come at a very heavy price.
Absolutely. Yeah, it makes you question, like, what price are we willing to pay for freedom? Is acquiring a fleet of powerful warships, even under, morally ambiguous circumstances, the right move for the New Republic?
It's like they're staring into a mirror, seeing the very tactics that led to the Empire's tyranny reflected back at them.
Exactly.
Talk about a moral dilemma.
Yeah, and this tension is mirrored in Mara Jade's journey.
Okay.
She's drawn back into the Imperial fold, seeking an audience with Thrawn aboard his flagship, the Chimera.
But it's not like a triumphant return.
No.
Zahn paints this vivid picture of the Abrigado Ray spaceport, where she meets her contact, run down, almost sterile.
Right.
It reflects Mara's unease perfectly.
It's brilliant how Zahn uses setting to mirror her internal state. She's surrounded by reminders of the Empire's power, but she's no longer certain of her place within it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there she is face to face with Thrawn.
Yeah.
Those chilling red eyes staring right through her.
Yes.
He welcomes her back, but you can sense he's testing her.
Oh, yeah.
Probing for any lingering loyalty or weakness he can exploit.
Thrawn's not just interested in Mara's skills as the former Emperor's hand.
Okay.
He's a master manipulator, trying to understand her motivations, her vulnerabilities, to see how she fits into his grand strategy.
Meanwhile, on Otter Era, Leia's under house arrest.
Yeah.
But she's not giving up.
No.
She's still trying to reason with the Noghri.
Right.
To expose the truth about the Empire's deception and their poisoned homeworld.
Her compassion is remarkable.
Yeah.
Even as a captive, she's focused on helping the Noghri break free from the Empire's grip.
Yeah.
He starts noticing things like the concerning absence of young Noghri males.
And it dawns on her.
Yeah.
Generations of Noghri warriors have been sacrificed for the Emperor.
Right.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Especially when the matriarch, their clan leader, reveals that even C'baoth pledged his life to the Emperor.
It underscores the depth of the Empire's manipulation.
Wow.
They've twisted the Noghri sense of honor, their culture, into a weapon against the galaxy.
Talk about a long con.
Yeah.
But while Leia's trying to unravel this web of deceit, Han and Lando are on a completely different mission.
Yeah.
They're trying to track down that shady arms dealer, Niles Farrier.
Right.
Who claims to have information about the Katana Fleet.
This subplot adds another layer of intrigue to the story.
Yeah.
Farrier's like a classic wild card.
Right.
Operating in the shadows.
Yeah.
Willing to deal with anyone for the right price.
They finally find him on this extravagant luxury liner.
Yes.
Like something out of a space opera.
Yeah.
And just when you think it's going to be a straightforward deal.
Right.
Farrier drops a bombshell.
He does.
He's been hired to find the Katana Fleet, but not for the Empire.
The stakes just went up exponentially.
Wow.
It's no longer a simple fight between the New Republic and the Empire.
Right.
There are other players in the game now with their own agendas and ambitions.
And speaking of agendas, things are getting heated back on Coruscant. Han has this run-in with a Bothan council aide.
Uh-oh.
Who accuses him of being an Imperial spy.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
It perfectly illustrates how paranoia and political maneuvering can undermine even the strongest alliances.
Right.
The Bothans, unhappy with Admiral Akbar's handling of a previous incident, are looking for any excuse to discredit him and seize more power.
Poor Han.
Yeah.
He's trying to help the New Republic.
Right.
And now he's caught in this web of both-and political games.
It highlights the fragility of the New Republic's leadership.
Yeah.
Internal divisions and power struggles threaten to weaken it from within, making it more vulnerable to external threats.
Leia's trying to keep everything from falling apart.
Yeah.
But she's got her own problems.
Right.
She even ends up trapped on a Star Destroyer with Chewbacca.
Oh, no.
Things go south quickly, and they have to escape through a garbage chute.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a wild scene, but it shows how dangerous things are becoming for her.
It's a testament to her resourcefulness and courage. Yeah.
But also a reminder that even the most capable leaders can find themselves in desperate situations. And back on honors, Leia makes a shocking discovery.
Oh.
The Nogri's loyalty to the Empire isn't just about the poisoned planet.
Right.
They believe they owe a life debt to Darth Vader.
Oh, wow.
Who they see as their savior.
This revelation adds a whole new layer of complexity to the Nogri's situation.
Yeah.
Their loyalty is rooted in a misunderstanding, a manipulation that has spanned generations.
It's a tragic example of how the Empire's lies and propaganda can poison even the most deeply held beliefs.
Absolutely.
And this misguided sense of loyalty has terrifying consequences.
Yeah.
Leia learns that the Nogri are planning to kidnap her unborn twins.
Oh, no.
Believing it's their duty to, rescue them from the clutches of the New Republic.
That's scary.
Wait, they're going to kidnap her babies?
Yeah.
This just took a dark turn.
It's a horrifying prospect, but it makes sense within the context of the Nogri's warped understanding of their life debt. They believe they're acting in Leia's best interest, but their actions could have devastating consequences.
And just as Leia's about to confront the Nogri leaders, another bombshell drops.
What's that?
Grand Admiral Thrawn himself arrives on honor.
Thrawn's arrival signals a major shift in the story. It's no longer just about Leia's attempts to free the Nogri.
Right.
He's there for a reason, and it's likely tied to his larger galaxy-spanning strategy.
With Leia trapped on honor and Thrawn making his move, the tension is unbearable.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, it's like Zahn has woven this intricate tapestry of plots and counterplots.
Right.
And now we're seeing all the threads starting to converge.
Yeah.
The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance.
And amidst all this chaos, we have Mara Jade making a pretty daring move.
Yeah.
She's devising a plan to rescue Talon Karrde,
Right.
who's been captured by Thrawn.
She's going to infiltrate Thrawn's flagship, the Chimera, no less.
Wow.
It's a risky plan. Relying on her intimate knowledge of the ship's layout from her days as the Emperor's hand.
But she's not just relying on her past experience.
Right.
There's a scene where Zahn describes her subtly using the Force to manipulate this length of tubing, creating a distraction to slip past some guards.
Right.
It's subtle, but it shows how her connection to the Force is growing.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't fully realize it yet.
It's a great example of how Zahn portrays the Force as this pervasive energy field.
Right.
Influencing events in subtle but significant ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about flashy lightsaber duels.
Right.
It's woven into the fabric of the galaxy.
And while Mara's plotting her escape, Leia's taking an equally bold step.
Okay.
She confronts the Nogri leaders, revealing the truth about the Empire's deception and their poisoned homeworld.
It's a powerful moment.
Yeah.
She ignites her lightsaber not to threaten them, but to assert her authority as the rightful heir to Vader's legacy.
Wow.
She's challenging their deeply held beliefs, offering them a chance to break free from the cycle of manipulation.
And the setting kind of adds to the intensity.
Oh, yeah.
This Grand Duca, this cold, imposing structure where they meet, contrasts sharply with the traditional Nogri dwellings.
Yeah.
It symbolizes the Empire's attempts to impose its will on their culture.
It's a brilliant use of setting to reinforce those themes of control and manipulation. Yeah. But even as Leia seems to be making progress, Thrawn arrives, asserting his dominance and reminding everyone who's in charge.
It's a chilling reminder of Thrawn's power.
Yeah.
But even he can't fully control the situation.
Right.
The Nogres are starting to question their loyalty.
Yeah.
Torn between their oaths and the possibility of a new future.
And while this is happening, Luke is facing his own internal struggles.
Okay.
He's drawn deeper into C'baoth's influence.
Right.
Seeking guidance, but sensing something isn't right.
Those alarm bells are definitely ringing.
Yeah.
C'baoth's obsession with molding Luke into his ideal Jedi is becoming more and more unsettling.
There's a particularly disturbing scene where C'baoth unleashes his Force lightning on a villager who disrespects him.
Oh, wow.
It's a brutal display of power.
Yeah.
A glimpse into a darkness that Luke just can't ignore.
It's such a stark contrast to, the compassion and restraint that Luke has learned from Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
It makes you question the nature of power.
Yeah.
And the dangers of unchecked ambition.
Right.
Even for those with good intentions.
Meanwhile, Han and Lando are still on the hunt for the Katana Fleet.
Okay.
They finally track down Niles Ferrier, and he reveals that he was hired to locate the fleet by a mysterious third party.
It's a twist that throws everything into disarray.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's not just about the Empire and the New Republic anymore.
Right.
There are other players in this game, and their motivations are a complete mystery.
The stakes have never been higher.
Wow.
The Katana Fleet has become the ultimate prize.
Yeah.
And everyone wants it.
Right.
It's a race against time, and the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance.
Back on Coruscant, the political intrigue continues. Han confronts Fey'lya,
right,
the Bothan counselor who's been undermining Admiral Ackbar, warning him that his actions could have dire consequences for the New Republic.
It highlights the danger of internal divisions, especially when facing a powerful external threat.
Yeah.
The Bothans' thirst for power could weaken the New Republic from within, making them vulnerable to Thrawn's machinations.
It's a reminder that even the best of intentions can be corrupted by greed and ambition.
Absolutely.
And as all these storylines converge, the action ramps up to a breathtaking pace.
Mara escapes from the Chimera with Talon Karrde.
Wow.
Leia rallies the Noghri to her cause.
Okay.
And Han and Lando join forces with Luke in a desperate attempt to secure the Katana Fleet before it falls into the wrong hands.
So it's like an epic showdown.
It is.
With Zahn throwing everything he's got at us.
He does.
Lightsaber duels.
Yeah.
Space battles.
Political intrigue.
Political intrigue.
Even a touch of romance.
But even in the midst of all this chaos, Thrawn remains a step ahead.
He does.
Manipulating events from the shadows.
Yeah.
Playing his enemies like pieces on a chessboard.
He's the ultimate strategist, a master of deception and misdirection.
But even his carefully crafted plans start to unravel as his opponents unite against him.
Right.
The climax is a whirlwind of action and suspense.
Yes.
Leaving you breathless as the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance.
And just when it seems like the New Republic might actually triumph,
right,
Zahn throws in one final twist, a devastating blow that leaves us on the edge of our seats.
Oh, man.
Desperate to know what happens next.
So Dark Force Rising is more than just a thrilling space opera.
It is.
It's a complex and thought-provoking exploration of power, loyalty, and the consequences of war.
Absolutely.
It forces us to question our assumptions,
right,
consider different perspectives, and recognize the importance of unity in the face of a common enemy.
It's a story that resonates long after you finished reading it, leaving you pondering the nature of good and evil, the fragility of peace, and the enduring power of hope.
If you're a fan of Star Wars, or just great storytelling in general, you absolutely need to check out Dark Force Rising.
I agree.
We'll include a link to purchase the book in the show notes.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
As always, keep those minds sharp, question everything, and may the Force be with you.